Good morning, everyone. It is a great pleasure to be here with you, and thanks for coming. We are Team Mincho haters, and we talk about the elderly living alone and solitary death. My name is Jim Cho, and I'm the first speaker who talk about the current situation in South Korea.
Hello, I'm second speaker Suyong Lee, and I'm going to tell you about our own solution. And it's a new living style and so-called share house, as you can see from this screen.
Hi, my name is Min-young Kim. I'm going to talk about the rules in this share house.
Before we start, let's define what is elderly living alone. From now on, you are going to see some statistics or policies about this, and they are all about elders who are older than 65 years old and who are living alone without any children or spouse. If you enjoy watching news, you know that this is one of the serious problems in South Korea. The rate of elders living alone among all elders is increasing every year. And as you can see, almost 1 of the 5 elders are living alone right now. And the rate is predicted to increase furthermore. Let's talk about the situations the elders living alone are in. As you can see in the table, they are in very poor condition. For example, they miss their meals a lot. They suffer from more diseases. Their economic state is very poor, and they feel depressed and consider suicide a lot more than the elders with child or with children. And it is really surprising that almost half of the elders living alone are feeling depression. From now on, let's talk about the policies our government is preparing for the elders. This is the Korean side managed by our government called Comprehensive Support Center for the Elderly Living Alone. This site suggests a few programs for the volunteers who want to help the elders. Let's talk about the programs. First, one program engages the volunteers to visit the elders once a week or call the elders on phone 2 to 3 times a week. And another program engages the volunteers to visit their houses once a month and do anything they want, such as cleaning their houses or buying some foods they need. In addition, the government provides free health check services. And next, last but not least, AI speakers are planned to be provided to the elders in order to lessen their solitary. This is the speaker, and it is made by SK. We have heard. Now we know that some policies are prepared by the government, but all of them had one serious problem. Despite these policies, they are still alone. The volunteers and employees cannot fully understand the elders' solitary, and they cannot show empathy towards them. And the programs engage them to visit once a week. Then what about the other 6 days? They are alone in 6 days. And for the AI speakers, no way, they are not humans. So we need a new solution in order to prevent them from feeling solitary all the time. Our next speaker, Suyong Lee, will talk about our new solution, share house.
Thank you for introducing my turn, Hyunjin. Okay, audiences, as Hyunjin explained, the lack of interactions is the most serious problem. So we come up with a suggestion of new forms of living, and it is share house. Have you heard of this concept at least once? Okay. Then let me explain more. Share house is a building for single or double people household where the private space and common space are coexisting at the same place. They are not totally separated, but they are rather integrated and harmonized in limited space. It explains, in these respects, it explains how they are different from the previous living style, such as an apartment you lived in now. Next. And maybe this picture helps you understand how the public space and private spaces are integrated. As you can see here, up on the stairs, there are some several personal rooms for each resident's privacy. But at the center of the house, there is a communal space located in. By following these types of spatial arrangement, these types of living obviously represents the concepts of semi-private and semi-public at the same time. And let me introduce the function and usefulness of these livings. By fading the boundary of private and public area in a daily life, this type of living provides its residents with a lot more opportunity to interact with each other more frequently than before. For example, while the every member's privacy is kept secured in the private rooms, they can just talk about their recent interests or do other kinds of communal activities in this public space. And by doing this, the bond in their relationship grows stronger and more natural, and thus it contributes to the decrease of social isolation. That's exactly why we suggest this as one of the best solutions to for the problems that Hyunjin previously explained. Next. And now let me show the detailed structure of the share house that we devised. And it is the overall, and first it is the overall scene of share house block. As you can see from this picture, each house has 2 or 3 stories for the which seem to be appropriate for the elderly's health condition and their taste. And the materials consist of mixed with some wooden materials and other conventional ones, than rather used only marbles or concrete etc. Because it makes more comfortable and familiar for the elderly persons for the subject of this living style. Furthermore, the houses are not located individually. They are gathered in the same block, like a small town. It is same as the silver towns. And finally, at the center of the blocks, there is also a common plaza, like each house units, and it is for the interactions with other people in the other house, and it makes the whole community more tightly bonded. Next. And it is the more specific design for the house, and it is the exterior of the house, and it is the inner design paper of the house. As you can see from this design paper, there is a personal rooms. Each rooms are located at the side of the house, and they are equipped with some simple furniture like bed and closet. In the other hand, the dining rooms or club rooms that can be located in the center of the area as the public area, because it's very important for the interactions with each other. Next. But it is most vital to find out that if this is feasible enough. It seemed somewhat imaginary, but we estimated that this could be implemented. Here is the example of in USA, and it is the site in the elder share, where the elder peoples and the empty share houses are co-massed at this site, and it is operated successfully for the long times. So we thought that the successful operation of this site means the positive prospect of our proposal. But just providing such kinds of building is not enough. The more must be discussed, especially what must be done in this kind of house. Our next presenter, Min-young Kim, will elaborate about it.
Thank you. Now let me continue with the rules in this share house. As Soo-young said, just the building is not enough. There needs some rules to help elders to communicate with others. The first rule is, in this house, everyone should eat meals together. By eating together, not only they can have some time to be with others, also eating together makes the meal taste better. And we hope that this will prevent the elders from skipping meals. The rule 2 is the elders in this house should engage in at least one club. It can be any club. When someone wants to learn something, just gather a number of people and learn that. The fee for this club should be supported by government to encourage them. Also, it can be any club, such as learning dancing, or learning a new device like computer, or just playing game. Just gather people, more than a few people, and meet with others at least twice a week. Then it could be any club they can engage in. Not only communicate with people in this house, they should communicate with others in society. So they should participate in volunteering. By volunteering, they can, it's good for their mental cognition, and it helps them to build up a base. The volunteering not only helps the community, but also it helps them too. Now to wrap things up, Hyunjin talked about the problems and current solution and its limits. And next, Soo-young talked about our new suggestion of new living style share house. And then I have talked about the rules in this house to make the elders hang out with others. Now we have, I think, 5. Here's our references, and I think we have 5 to 8 minutes for discussion. And let's start with these 2 questions: how to improve the solutions in the presentation, and what will be the defect of the solutions?
If you want more details, then you can ask us later. Yeah.
Will every elder living alone be forced to be in the system?
No, just.
Then would it be effective for many elders? I mean, if I be old, then I don't think I want to go in the system that I should be forced to be in a club or to eat meal with other people.
Actually, I just skipped the comments because I was nervous, and I want to tell you that let's think about, if you were an elderly person, do you want to be in this share house or not? And if you want, then advertise it to make this real in South Korea. But if you don't want, then just it's your taste.
Yeah.
Yes.
About what of the cost of getting in there? I thought people who are affordable for the house, they would be already living okay. But I think the real problem is who are really poor, who can't afford to go in there.
I think it is very good question. As you can see, what I said is that the elders living alone, most of them are really poor. So it will be really. I think that the government should pay all the money for the share house.
Is there any additional question?